welcome everyone. I hope you guys are doing well today. We have another wonderful yandere title. I'm so excited. Yanderes are literally my favorite tropes ever. I will devour every single one, and this one combines it with idols. So we will be playing the prologue to Backstage Infatuation. Hello chat, hello, welcome. I really appreciate you guys coming in. Let me see who is in chat. Hello Funtime, hello Paps, Ari, Lovey, and hopefully I don't miss anyone. Hello Nimby, Circus Rose, welcome. And then Emily, welcome. I really appreciate it. Yes, I'm very excited to play this one. It has been on my list for, I believe, like a month or two now, and we're finally doing it. Very excited. Give me a sec. I always have my little info here. As always, I have left links in my description to the itch.io page, the Twitter page. If you do end up playing the game yourself, don't forget to rate, comment, what have you. Let the creators know how much you enjoyed it. As I said before, this is only the prologue. It is not the full game, so definitely check out for any updates that are out there. Definitely follow the Twitter account so you guys can keep up with everything. Yes, we all love yanderes here. I'm so excited. Like, yanderes and idols combined together, the best combination ever. I will eat them up like crazy. Like, I need so much more. Definitely kind of reminds me a bit of, I have not seen the anime yet, but Tamon's B-side. I have heard Tamon does have a bit of yandere's tendencies to him. So it's definitely an anime I gotta watch one day, hopefully if I have time. But yes, this one, very excited. So we're just gonna go ahead, honestly, and get started. Mouse, there we go. Oh, I do have a cat in my room, just letting you guys know, so I might have to get up and let him out. We'll just see how he is. There's an anime about this game? No, not about this game. There is a separate anime called Tamon's B-side based on a manga, but it's kind of the same thing about a girl who meets her idol and then he has like yandere tendencies with her. All I could hear was the steady thud of my footsteps on the pavement as I hurried to work. I really shouldn't have stayed up last night binge watching the new drama everyone was talking about on social media. That sounds just like me. Peak Anime 2? I definitely heard it is. It's been on my list. I just need to find time to watch it and then read the manga. Ugh. The plot was shitty, and it was only popular because of the famous actors in it. But I couldn't help getting invested. All too real. As long as the Korean and Chinese dramas I watch have pretty people, I will watch it, no matter how shitty the plot is. To the point, I finished watching all the episodes in one night. Yeah, that was 100% my fault. I began to quicken my pace. Hopefully, I can make it in time. I dashed through the sidewalk, looking at my surroundings, and some businesses were already open. Anxiety gnawed at me as I realized I wouldn't be able to clock into work in time. Curse that damn series. I'm never watching bad telenovas again. I ran with all the force in my body, praying to God that I could make it in time. Because I don't want to be late for the third time this week. All the stars aligned in my favor. There is the unmistakable Parisian exterior, exuding the same elegance I'm familiar with. I'm almost there at the cafe. I need to know where to watch it. I think Crunchyroll has it on their website. I fastened my pace so I could reach the front door faster. Finally, my hand reached the pull handle, and the cold breeze of the AC hit my whole body. I was out of breath, my heart still pounding from the run, so I stopped for a second to catch my breath. I finally made it. Before I could celebrate my small victory, a voice rang out which startled me. There you are. I've taken care of some prep work, so there's nothing for you to worry about. Oh, thank you. We have a helpful coworker. I lifted my head to see Minji, my boss. Oh, our boss, even better. Oh, Pinkish, hello, welcome. Hope your day's doing well. It is. I have a lovely yandere game I am playing. She's been here the longest and is also the oldest in the crew. It's always nice whenever she's on board. Everyone digs her gentle and attentive nature since I was new on the job. Dang, I can tell that chat really likes her. She made my life way easier by teaching me the ropes and being super chill about it. She's a total sweetheart. She definitely acts like the mom of the group, always looking out for others and making sure we're all taken care of. But sometimes, her constant worrying and fussing can be a bit much. It's clear she means well though. She's just genuinely concerned for all of us. Embarrassed by my current position, I immediately stood straight and fixed a couple of wrinkles on my coat. Hey now, no need to get all flustered. Girl, stop, you're gonna make me blush, oh my god. She let out a small chuckle, the sound light and reassuring. I'm just happy you made it to work safely. Go get yourself ready. Customers will start coming in any minute. I couldn't help but let out a smile. It felt so good to know someone cared about me, even if it wasn't family. It was a small, unexpected kindness, and it made the rough start to my day feel a little better. Years ago, I moved here alone to start an independent life. My parents insisted that I stay at home until I get married, since we're doing financially well, and they are fine with still supporting me. I mean, oh, we're rich, okay, we're from a wealthy family. Hello, welcome, thank you for stopping by, really appreciate it. Woke up just in time. I mean, we're from a wealthy family, but I just feel guilty relying more on them so much, especially when it came to money. Sure, people wish they were born rich, imagining life would just be about buying all the best stuff money can get. But for me, I'd rather spend less and not put the burden on my parents, even if we do have the money. Not gonna lie, if my parents said we're rich and just spend it on whatever you need, it would 100% go to gacha games and merch of all my favorite fictional men. Growing up, everything was handed to me on a silver platter. But deep down, I've always felt that it just felt better when I worked for things myself. I just woke up, it's 3 a.m. for you. Oh my god, that's so early. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. And yes, this has been on my list for a while, so I'm very happy to be finally playing it. It just felt right. I get to achieve things through my hard work, not just instant handouts because of my parents' influence and money. Do I regret this decision? No, I do not regret this decision, I guess. It's what I already set my heart in, and I'm content. I did take some time to convince my parents, but in the end, we found a compromise. I'll handle my groceries and other expenses, while they cover my bills and even my apartment. They even wanted to buy me a whole house, but I refused. I didn't want to hassle them too much. We have some very generous parents. That one is really interesting. I kind of like that though. But they did give me a really nice apartment. And honestly, that's enough for me. I can see the city lights at night, and it's gorgeous. I could totally... Hello? Is everything all right? You're spacing out. Oh, I didn't realize I was spacing out. Yeah, I'm fine. Anyways, thanks for handling the prep work. I appreciate it. I said wholeheartedly. Of course, go dress yourself up in the staff room. Nodding my head, I went to the staff room. When I reached the door, I knocked a few times, just to make sure I wouldn't walk in on anyone. Nothing. No response. So I'm not gonna walk in on someone naked, maybe? I took it as a sign to enter, and I was right. It was empty. Stepping inside, I closed the door firmly behind me to change in peace before heading straight to my locker. But the moment I tried to open it, something fell off. Oh? I could easily open it when it's usually not. It's supposed to be locked. Is our locker not locked? Seriously? It's jammed. Is my locker jammed again? I just had it fixed 2 days ago. I let out a deep sigh frustrated. I have to tell Minji to call someone to repair it again. They really need to check all these locks. Not wanting to waste time, I retrieve my apron and the rest of my uniform essentials from my backup stash. After changing, I stood in front of the mirror and tidied up my hair, carefully smoothing any loose strands. Looking neat was important. It gave customers a good impression. And Minji always says the same thing. I was just about ready to leave when I thought hit me. My name tag! Turning back to the backup stash, I grab it quickly and clipped it on. Oh, I like that. That's a cute way to input your name. There we go. I took a sigh of relief, and before heading straight out, I clocked in. I came back to find Minji holding a bag of coffee beans, struggling a bit with the weight. I hurried over to help her. Never saw this game before, so it's new to me. I'm glad. I definitely want to try and spread the word of all these indie visual novels I play, especially all the Yandere ones. I have a huge list of like 50 plus of them I want to share with all of you guys in the form of like streams or videos. Yes, fictional men and yandere's best combination ever. Thank you. No problem, girl. I gotta help you out. You're so nice and pretty. A grateful smile plastered on her face. She carefully poured the beans into the dispenser, measuring the perfect amount before closing the lid. I help her lift the bag again, setting it aside. I stepped back to give her some space as she adjusted her appearance. I needed to bring up the locker issue, but my hesitation must have been obvious. Minji noticed and tilted her head slightly, placing a hand on her hip. Something on your mind? Just say it. She encouraged, her tone soft and reassuring. Love this community. I'm glad you love it. Ooh, do we tell her? We always save no matter what. I'll tell her about it. All right, here goes. Well, my locker, it's locked. Again. Again? Her eyes widen in shock. Yeah. She blinked a few times, clearly at a loss for words, before letting out a deep sigh. I'm starting to believe your locker is cursed. Or is it someone messing with the locker? Very suspicious how it's just ours, right? She teased with a small laugh, lighting the mood. I couldn't help but chuckle along with her. After a moment of thought, her eyes lit up as an idea struck her. How about this? There's an unused locker you can switch to. If your current one keeps breaking, it's best to probably relocate. And if that one starts getting jammed too, am I truly cursed? Her practical suggestion made sense, and her calm demeanor made me feel less embarrassed about the whole situation. Honestly, that's not a bad idea. A new locker means new equipment, and fewer chances of my lock breaking again. Really, thank you so much. I'll probably start after a shift, or if I have free time to relocate. I cursed it, totally cursed. You guys caught me. I fumbled with it and broke it. Bro, you know how much it costs to try and pay for someone to fix a locker? That is completely fine by me. Hopefully, that'll do it. I'll get that locker checked for sure. I don't think it's gonna help, but thank you either way. The gentle chime of the front doorbell echoed through the cafe. Oh, customers are coming in, so we need to go. Sam will be here during the night shift this Saturday, but don't worry, I'll help you. Sam? My curiosity pikes. Oh, did she have morning and afternoon classes today? Minji nodded, confirming my guess. Oh. Respect. Juggling classes and a part-time job at a cafe? Impressive. Yeah, she texted me earlier this morning to say she'll be here for the night shift instead. Looks like I'll have to wait until tonight to see her. Oh, let me catch up with chat. Gosh, which evil witch would ever curse an innocent person's locker? I'm side-eyeing you guys. Don't side-eye me. Ignore it. Yeah, definitely cursed somehow. Just my locker is just not working. Definitely not a very hot, sexy yandere is breaking into it, right? That would be so horrible. I would just hate that if it happened. I would also hate if a sexy yandere approached me. The sunny morning had given way to a dark, starlit sky. This morning had been surprisingly pleasant. No noisy customers, smooth traffic. Everything was going just right. The front bell chimed again, and in walked a familiar figure, petite, bundled up in her coat, her presence lighting up the room. It was Sam. She adjusted her coat before glancing around, and when her eyes landed on me, I raised a small hand in greeting. Also, her eyes are so gorgeous. I love the rendering on these. A smile tugged on her lips, and she quickly made her way over. Lottie, do I have news for you? Oh, let me get into my uniform and clock in real quick. Without waiting for a reply, she disappeared into the staff room. That's Sam, always full of energy and excitement. She's a part-timer here, juggling shifts with her college classes as she works towards her English degree. But beyond work, there's one thing that truly brings us together. Are we fangirl buddies? Oh my god, we're fangirl buddies! I love that! Yeah, that's the best thing ever! Yes, you always need a buddy to fangirl with. Lux is the boy group right now, a multinational trio under Aurora Rising Records. They debut on February 16th, dropping a full album that catapulted them into global stardom overnight. Their harmonies, charisma, and insane stage presence made them impossible to ignore. Sam and I were obsessed. Two peas in a pod. Whether it's music videos, interviews, or rare behind-the-scenes clips, we're always updating each other on the latest news about the group. Oh yes, I love that so much. Rendering eyes is always a fun part during the process. I'm glad. Rendering eyes, I'm alright with it. I actually really like doing clothes and hair, even though I always struggle. We're all fangirling buddies. Yes, we are. You're not gonna believe what I found out today. And just like that, another night shift became a deep dive into our shared obsession. There were no customers at the moment, making it the perfect time for a chat. Sim and I leaned casually against one of the counters. So, hit me up, I said with a smirk. She hummed thoughtfully before breaking into a mischievous grin. Gladly. After clearing her throat dramatically, she leaned in, her voice dropping conspiratorially. Remember when they filmed Golden Rays? Especially the one scene on the beach where Min is sitting alone. I nodded. That was one of Lux's most iconic moments, but what stuck with me was the behind-the-scenes chaos. The story of the woman who pretended to be staff to get close to the members. Oh, of course there's someone like that. Yeah, I remember. What happened this time? Sam's eyes lit up. Well, turns out she's still at it. The same woman showed up during their shoot last week for the new campaign. This time, she had a fake pass and everything, like full-on limited it and all. I blinked. You're kidding! Wish I was! She tried sneaking in again, but security caught her before she even got close. Apparently, she started screaming about how Min belongs to her. One of those fans! Oh, gosh, a very crazy fan. I cringe. These types. Why are they always so extra? But get this, she didn't stop there. When they kicked her out, she camped outside the set with a giant sign that said, Minoru, I'm your destiny. Oh my god, holy crap! Girl! Crazy fans, so I'm scared of K-pop fans. I know K-pop definitely has crazy fans, but from what I've seen, the majority of them are pretty nice, to tell you the truth. It really all depends on the people you really surround yourself with. Like all the crazy stuff, that stuff gets blown up very quickly just because of how wild it is. But there's lots of good fans out there. I'm definitely friends with a few good K-pop fans. Yeah, all the bad Apple stuff just gets shown a lot more compared to just regular good fan stuff. I couldn't help but snort. Wow, that's dedication in the worst way possible. Honestly, when it comes to fandom stuff, usually just find your little bubble of friends and you're perfectly fine. I'm into like 25 different male fictional idol series, and I just stick with my small fan group and it's perfectly fine for me. Exactly. Poor men look so done with life when someone told him about it. Like, this guy just wants to work and vibe, and here she is acting like a wannabe K-drama villain. I shook my head, my amusement fading into concern. I mean, this is funny in hindsight, but it's also scary. These people are getting way too bold. I know, right? It's not just annoying. It's dangerous. What if she gotten close to him? Or worse, hurt him? I crossed my arms. It's wild. They have all the security, but I can't help worrying about how much they have to deal with. No one should have to feel unsafe at their job. Sam nodded in agreement. It's a known fact that those so-called fans are crazy rich. Bribing staff members, slipping into events, is almost like a game to them. I frowned, feeling a mix of frustration and disgust. The fact that money can make it so easy for them to pull stunts like this is sickening. It's not just about being obnoxious anymore. It's straight up endangering the idol's safety. And some staff, they're not exactly angels either. I mean, I get it, low pay, long hours, but taking bribes from these people is not just unprofessional, it's dangerous. I crossed my arms, the thought making my stomach turn. Yeah, it's not like these fans are subtle about it. Flash a little cash and suddenly, they're backstage or near the members' dressing rooms. How does that even happen? Well, let me see. Like Christina wrote, I still remember thinking about the crazy stories that mostly through friends and social media takes me back. Definitely, when I was deep into K-pop years ago, I definitely saw a lot of crazy stories. I think one of the craziest ones, I can't remember if it was like BTS or EXO, but a fan rented the same van that they used to travel to like different work jobs and parked it outside of one of their jobs and basically tried to kidnap them. But thankfully, the manager noticed something was wrong and stopped them from going into that van. Like, it's just wild how some people are and the lengths they'll go just to meet their idols. Like, it's so crazy. Oh, I remember hearing that, right? I remember reading that and I was like, are you serious? That's wild. And I think there is another incident where fans followed a member from, I think, EXO to another country when he was on vacation with his family. And the photos were just horrifying, seeing these hordes of girls following him and his family around while they're just trying to be on a vacation. Yeah, there definitely are a lot of wild, crazy stories out there. So let's definitely be careful when you're in like fandoms and who you interact with. Oh, hold on, chat. Ugh. Yeah, and delusions are very crazy in fandoms. That's why I'm just glad there's at least good security out there for all the different idols and everything. Yeah, it's unfortunate there are fans like that, but thankfully there are much more good fans that outweigh all the craziness. You're not part. Yeah, definitely if you're not a part of it, you wouldn't really hear it. These incidents were years ago, if I remember correctly. Like, at least 5 or so. I always remember they went to the same plane as TXT, I think, even took photos of sleeping idols in the plane. Yeah, I don't put it past them, unfortunately, with stuff like that. Oh, where was I? It happens because no one's willing to enforce boundaries properly. Sometimes, I wonder if these companies are too focused on profits to care. Like, yeah, they invest in security, but it feels reactive, not proactive. I sighed. The idols are the only ones who have to suffer from it. Imagine constantly having to look over your shoulder, or not knowing if the person handing you water is actually supposed to be there. Right? It's heartbreaking. And it's not just physical safety, it's mental too. How do you stay sane when people treat you like a commodity instead of a human being? Her voice softened as she added, I've seen fan cams where the members are smiling on stage, but their eyes look tired, you know? Like this constant pressure is eating away at them. I nodded, my mind flashing to Min, the quiet strength of the group. I feel like Min especially will hate this kind of thing. He seems like someone who values his personal space. Stuff like this would mess with anyone. Exactly. It's so unfair, and it's not just him. All three of them probably deal with it on their own way, but they shouldn't have to. Fans like this ruin it for everyone else. The weight of her words settled over us, and I found myself clenching my fist. I just hope management starts taking this stuff more seriously. No amount of money is worth their safety. Tell me about it. But hey, unfortunately, live off of this. These stunts give them cash if they feed off the delusional fans. I nodded, my mind drifting to Lux as a whole. Yeah, it's scary to think about. They're just people trying to do what they love, but some fans forget that. I hope their management steps up and keeps them safe. Me too. I don't care how many layers of security they need. Whatever it takes to protect them, I'm all for it. The conversation hung in the air, a heavy reminder of the darker side of fame. For all the joy Lux brought to their fans, the price they paid for it often felt far too high. To lighten up the mood, Aurora Rising Records actually did a complete staff overhaul. Oh wait, that's good though, hold on! They replaced the old team with new members and tightened their security. That was fast. I'm glad though that you have to act fast with something like that. Honestly, it's impressive how they managed to pull it off in such a short amount of time. Sam's face lit up in excitement. Exactly. Something similar happened in the past, and they did a staff overhaul then too. The CEO is always extra careful when it comes to Lux's safety. I raised an eyebrow. Oh? Why is that? Well, for starters, he's super protective of them. It's not just about their careers, it's personal. There's this rumor that he sees them more than just artists under his label, like he genuinely cares about their well-being. I nodded thoughtfully. That's rare in this industry. Usually it's all about profits, and it's so sad it's rare in this industry that they care about their well-beings instead of profits. Word is, when Lux debuted, he made it clear that their safety and happiness were top priorities. That's why he doesn't hesitate to make big decisions, like replacing staff or beefing up security, if there's even the slightest hint of trouble. Honestly, good for him. The guys deserve to feel safe while doing what they love. Exactly. It's one of the reasons Lux has stayed so strong. They know they have someone in the corner who's got their backs, no matter what. But enough of that. Let's move on to the other members. Have you seen Oriel's cat? Her voice echoed across the cafe, causing me to jump. Sam, shush! I hissed, glancing around nervously. Realizing her volume, she covered her mouth with both hands, her eyes darting to the empty tables. Luckily, there are no customers around to hear her outburst. She let out a sheepish laugh, tucking her hands into her pockets. Sorry, I just couldn't contain my excitement. I rolled my eyes, but I couldn't help smirking. You know how I get when it comes to Oriel. He's my bias. Ooh, we know her bias. I like that. And yes, kitties. I have 3 cats of my own. Anytime I see a person with cats, they just instantly love them. Oh, right. Sam's bias in Lux is Oriel, the leader of the group. Honestly, I could see why she's so head over heels for him. Okay, I bite. Why Oreo, though? Sam's face lit up like a kid in a candy store. Where do I even start? First off, have you seen him? He's like the perfect mix of handsome and approachable. But it's not just about his looks. He's got this presence, you know? Like, when he's on stage, you can't take your eyes off of him. I nod, knowing exactly what she meant. Yeah, I've noticed. He's got that charisma that makes everything he does look effortless. Exactly. And don't even get me started on his personality. He's so down-to-earth, funny, and just real. He's the kind of guy who can make you laugh until your sides hurt, and then turn around and give the most heartfelt speech that makes you cry. She paused for a breath, her excitement bubbling over. And he cares so much for the other members. Have you seen how he looks out for them? Like when Min was sick during that fan meet, Oreo literally rearranged the entire schedule so Minoru could rest. Who does that? Her voice softened as she continued. It's not just his leadership skills, though. He's so insanely talented. He can sing, write, dance, compose, and his songs always hit the top of the charts. He's won so many awards, it's ridiculous. Don't even joke. Don't you? Oh my gosh, he actually does sound really nice. I'm really enjoying her fangirling so we can know a bit more about the character. He's a total package then. He really is. But what I love most about him is how he stays humble through it all. Even after everything Lux has accomplished, he always gives credit to his members, the staff, and the fans. He's just inspiring. Her eyes sparkle with admiration, and I couldn't help but smile. All right, I get it. Oreo's the best. You damn right he is. She giggled, pausing mid-laugh as her eyes lit up with a curiosity, sparkles practically dancing in her gaze. She leaned in closer, the sudden proximity making me flinch slightly. Hey, I just realized. I never knew your bias before, and that's not fair when you already know mine. Ooh? Who is our bias? I blinked, caught off guard. Oh, yeah, she's got a point. Despite only knowing each other for 2 weeks, most of our conversations have been all about her interests and excitement. I hadn't shared much about myself at all. My cheeks warmed, a blush creeping in as I realized how one-sided things have been. How silly of me. Should I tell her? I'm super embarrassed, honestly. He's kinda overrated, and what if she judges me? Honestly, I don't think Sam's gonna do that. She just seems excited enough to have someone she can talk about the band with. We're gonna spill the beans. Well, you already know there's 3 of them. I stammered, trying to buy some time. Uh-huh. She replied, her gaze narrowing in deep focus, clearly hanging on to every word of my response. I felt my palms grow a little sweaty under her intense scrutiny. I mean, Oriel is cool. Same with Mean, but... Before I can finish, her hand shot out, covering my mouth as she gasped dramatically. Don't tell me, Kier is your bias. Her voice was half accusatory, half excited, like she just uncovered a scandalous secret. My muffled protest behind her hand made her grin wider. Ooh, okay, so that's our bias. She leaned back slightly, removing her hand with a knowing look. I knew it. You got that look about you. Totally a Kier fan. Am I right? Huh? I sighed, defeated, as she wiggled her eyebrows playfully. Okay, fine. Yes, it's Kier. Happy now? I knew it. I could spot a Kier stan from a mile away. Now it's my turn. What's the deal about Kier? That so-called cult-look moon prince. Her teasing tone made my cheeks flush even more. I tried to compose myself, but the way she leaned in expectantly didn't help. I mean, ooh, come on, fangirl, fangirl. I started fumbling for words. He's, I avoided her gaze, my fingers nervously fiddling with the hem of my apron. Well, first of all, he's Kier. Like, have you seen him? Uh-huh, the visual of the century, as the fans call him. But looks aren't everything, right? Or are they? I shot her a small glare, but the heat in my face gave away my embarrassment. It's not just his looks, sure. He's ridiculously good looking, but there's so much more to him. Sam smirked knowingly. Go on. I sighed, feeling my heart race as I thought about him. Okay, so he's an insane vocalist. Even critics say so. The way he hits those notes, it's like he's pouring his entire soul into every song. There's this raw passion in his voice that's just, I don't know, it gives me chills. Ooh, someone's swooning. Shut up. I muttered, hiding my face in my hands before continuing. It's not just his voice, though. He's got this deep passion for art and music. Did you know he's the one who designed the concept for their last album? He's so talented, it's unreal. It's like everything he touches turns into something beautiful. So basically, he's perfect. I hesitated, biting my lip as I mumbled. Well, he kinda is, at least to me. Sam's eyes widened with mock surprise. Oh my gosh, you're totally in love with him. What? I practically jumped, my face now fully red. I mean, it's not like that. I just admire him as a fan. She burst out laughing, and I groaned, burying my face in my hands again. It's just, I don't know how to explain it, but there's something about his voice. It feels familiar. Familiar? Now, my eyes are zoning in on this word. What do you mean familiar? Do not tell me we happen to know who he actually is and we just forgot. Oh my god, don't do that to me. If I get like childhood tropes, I'm gonna fly out of my chair and pass my window. Like I've heard it somewhere before. Oh my, no. No, that's a sus line there. It's comforting, even when it's just through my headphones. Me gonna overanalyze every single line I see from here on out. Sam tilted her head, intrigued. That's kinda deep. Do you think maybe it reminds you of something from your past? I wonder. I'm not sure. I admitted softly, twiddling my thumbs. But I can't deny, he's basically a perfect match for my type. It's embarrassing to admit, but it's true. A perfect match too, huh? He's got the whole reserved, mysterious vibe, but you can tell there's so much more to him if you really look. Oh, how cute! He's basically your dream guy! Just add a bunch of question marks next to my head. Very suspicious wording I see here. I let out a small, frustrated whine. Stop teasing me. She chuckled, holding up her hands in surrender. All right, I'll stop for now. But you better believe I'm not letting this go anytime. I slumped onto the counter, utterly defeated but unable to stop the small smile from forming on my lips. Looks like you two are having fun. Yes, there's a quick little break. Hold on, let me check what chat has been saying. I hear the piano, also fairly with MC. I can't say that spoilers. I figured. Let me see. My bad. Slay the Delulu calling MC out. Bro, they're very suspicious wording here. So many suspicious wording. Totally not something lore related that will happen more when the game updates. Oh gosh. Hey girly, we were definitely not fangirling, definitely working hard, sweeping. Sam and I shrieked in unison, whipping around to see Minji sitting there with an amused look on her face. In her surprise, Sam stumbled backward, smacking her hip against the corner of the counter before losing her balance. Sam? I yelped, reaching out, but Minji was faster. She caught Sam by the arm just in time, steadying her before she could hit the floor. Sam stood upright, rubbing the spot where she bumped herself. Ow, jeez, boss. You scared the life out of me. Once the initial shock wore off, the three of us burst into laughter, the tension melting away. You got us good, boss. Sorry if we're slacking off and being loud. She added sheepishly, scratching the back of her head. Minji waved her hand dismissively, her soft smile reassuring. It's fine. There are no customers yet anyway. But I actually came here to ask for some help. Sim and I exchanged curious glances before turning back to Minji, intrigued. Oh, what kind of help? Without answering, Minji gestured for us to follow her. We trailed after her as she led us through the cafe and into the storage garage. The air grew cooler as we stepped inside, surrounded by shelves stacked with boxes of supplies and ingredients. Minji stopped near a row of stacked crates and turned to us. We got a delivery coming in soon, but before that, I need help organizing these. Some of the older inventory got mixed in with the new stock. Sam crossed her arms, surveying the disorganized boxes. Ooh, this is gonna take a while, isn't it? Minji chuckled. Not if we work together. Besides, it's a slow evening, so now's the perfect time to get it done. Sim and I nodded in agreement, rolling up our sleeves. It looked like we were spending some quality time in the storage room. Not gonna lie, I do like organizing things, so I would have a wonderful time being back there. After finishing the last round of cleaning and organizing, the three of us stood by the door, each carrying a lingering sense of satisfaction from the day's work. Minji secured the lock with a soft click, signaling the official end of our shift. The quiet streets greeted us with a gentle breeze as we stepped outside, the glow of the streetlights reflecting on the pavement. Sam stretched her arms over her head, letting out a content sigh, while I adjusted my bag over my shoulder. Minji gave us a small wave before heading in the opposite direction, her figure disappearing into the evening haze. All right, let me get a water break. Hold on, let me grab my water bottle real quick. Ugh. And what is my cat doing? All right, so are you good, buddy? You're out the window? Okay, he's just looking out the window at the birds. You can check Iso's first game small updates. Yeah, definitely check out. I left the description of the link of the itch.io page and the Twitter in my bio if you guys want to check that out. I'm allowed my headphones while organizing. I'll have a blast and not complain. Unfortunately, I can't at my job, but thankfully it's pretty nice and quiet for me. So I just have my thoughts about fictional men. Wait a minute. Are these just regular people? Are these NPCs? Or is that a person I have to worry about? Am I just thinking too much into this? Sim and I exchanged a tired but pleased look before we began walking down the familiar path home, the warmth of camaraderie still lingering even as the day came to a close. Totally not a creepy alley? Yeah, definitely. The more I walked, the stronger the feeling grew. Like someone was watching me. It made my skin crawl. I spread around quickly, but there was no one. My grip tightened on my bag as an uneasy feeling clings to me, refusing to let go. Sweat started dripping down my forehead. I needed to get out of here. Fast. My footsteps picked up speed, each step louder than the last, as I focused on getting to my apartment complex as quickly as possible. My heart was pounding. An adrenaline surged through me as I took turn after turn, navigating the familiar streets. Finally, I spotted the building in the distance. I mean, realistically, whoever was watching us definitely could have seen us go to our building, and now they know which building we live in. Squinting, I could make out the security guard standing at the large glass doors. He must have noticed my panic expression because, as I jogged closer, his posture straightened like he immediately understood something was off. As soon as I stepped onto the tiled entryway, he opened the door without hesitation. I gave him a quick bow of thanks, still catching my breath. He gave me a brief nod, silently acknowledging me, then motioned me inside. Without wasting another second, I hurried to my elevator, my focus set on the safety of my apartment. I could hear him take out his walkie-talkie and mumbling something, probably to the other security guards nearby to be on high alert. The elevator door slides open with a soft chime, and I step in, jabbing the button from my floor. The moment the doors closed, I let out a shaky breath. My reflection in the polished steel walls show the toll the night has taken. Messy hair, wide eyes, and a face glistening with sweat. I lean against the cool metal wall, trying to calm my racing heart. What was that? Why'd I feel like someone was following me? Because someone was, and we just couldn't see them, and they definitely know where we live now, right? The uneasiness hadn't fully left, even now, as the elevator hummed softly on its way up. When the doors opened again, I hurried down the hallway to my apartment, fumbling for my keys. My hands were trembling, and it took me a moment to fit the key into the lock. I glanced over my shoulder, half expecting to see someone standing there. But the hallway was empty and silent. Finally, the lock clicked, and I pushed the door open, stepping into the familiar warmth of my home. Jesus, this is a rich-ass apartment! Jesus, my God, I would love to live in something like this. And there's an upstairs? Expensive as hell? No wonder our parents are paying for this. Oh, let me see. Oh, let me catch up with chat. Let me see. Where was I last time in chat? Hi, the coders enter the building. So, hello, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Really appreciate it. Let's see if I was in this situation, I'd be dashing home and needing to take... Yeah, I would not... If I felt someone following me, I would be a crying, shivering mess and tripping over my feet as I try to get away. But if it's a yandere, that's perfectly fine. And the whole team is here. Hello, whole team. Let's see. We're all here. It's perfectly fine. I really do not mind at all. All right, where's my mouse? There it is. I shut the door behind me and locked it, double checking that the bolt was secure. Only then did I let myself breathe, leaning against the door as my bag slid off my shoulder and hit the floor. The silence in my apartment was deafening. Normally, it felt comforting, but tonight, it made my skin crawl. I flipped on the lights, the sudden brightness chasing away the shadows, and walked to the window. Pulling the curtains aside, I scanned the street below, looking for something. Wait, don't do that. Technically, they can probably guess which floor we're on if they see that. Someone. Nothing. Just the quiet streetlights and the occasional car passing by. Still, that feeling lingered, like an itch I couldn't scratch. I forced myself to move away from the window and head to the kitchen. A glass of water, I decided, will help settle my nerves. What are the chances whoever was following us knew how to get inside of our apartment? After finishing my glass of water, I set it down on the counter, the quiet clink breaking the uneasy silence that settled over the apartment. I rubbed my temples, trying to shake off the lingering tension from earlier, and made my way toward my bedroom. As I reached the doorway, something felt off. So they already knew where we lived, huh? The hell? The door was slightly ajar, swinging open with just the faintest push of my hand. My stomach tightened. I'd never leave my bedroom door like that. Did I forget to close it this morning? I tried to rationalize it, the memory of rushing to get to work flashing through my mind. Nah, see, I am calling security if this was a real life situation, and please do a manual sweep of this room. I had been running late, my bag half packed as I dashed out the door. And maybe I just left it open in the chaos. The rationalizing of it is wild. Just try to make ourselves feel even a little bit safer. But still, something didn't sit right. Nothing looks out of the ordinary, but we definitely should check the closets and the bed with the knife in our hand, or yell out, "Oh, I hope no one is here trying to rob me when I have this big ass gun in my hand that I'll definitely shoot someone with," just something to let them know. I stood there for a moment, staring into the shadowed room. The dim glow of the hallway light spilled in, casting faint streaks across the floor. Everything looked normal. My bed was unmade, the laundry basket still overflowing in the corner, and the faint outline of my work desk sat against the far wall. But that uneasy feeling crept back in, slithering up my spine. My eyes darted to the window. What floor are we on, actually? If it's like a lower floor, someone can definitely possibly try and look through the window from outside, like across the street. It was closed, the curtains drawn tight. My eyes flicked to the closet. The door was shut, as it should be. It's fine, I told myself. I'm just paranoid after what happened earlier. That's a good feeling though. That's your body saying something is not right. Still, I couldn't shake the sense that something was out of place. Like, the air in the room was heavier than usual. I hesitated before stepping inside, my hand brushing against the door frame as I flicked on the light. The soft glow illuminated the room, washing away the shadows. I took a deep breath and walked to my bed, tossing my bag onto the mattress. As I sat down to unlace my shoes, I glanced around the room again, trying to spot anything unusual. Everything seemed fine, but is it for real? Like, I don't trust it. But that didn't explain why my door had been left open, or why I suddenly felt like I wasn't alone. Shaking off the strange feeling, I decided a hot shower might help No, we're not showering when we feel like this. That's like inviting them in. Shower when we feel like someone may have broken into our apartment. Or hold on, let me see what I missed in chat. I'll be closing everything so no one can watch me, right? I close every window, every drawer, not drawer, every curtain, that's the word, every curtain just in case. No worries. Actually in call working on virtual for like, no, I'm jumping out of the window. Not the window, maybe not the window, but I'd call security and be like, can you just do a quick sweep of the room just to make sure I'm not feeling insane? Just to make me feel better? Wait, so much progress. Gun? Yes, a gun. A gun just in case. I need a gun, you never know. Let me see. What else did I miss? Probably head to my parents if this happens to me. Crip with me living with my parents. But if this happens to me, I'd have to call someone to at least come in this house and check everything to make sure I'm fine. Lover Hotive is here. They're more like naive and sheltered. I kind of see that, yeah. We know MC came from a very rich family, so I feel like she didn't really have to think about worrying about someone breaking into her house or apartment or anything like that. Definitely is a bit worrying how maybe she doesn't have any instincts, like survival instincts, like even just a weird feeling in your stomach. At least text someone, like text Sam, like, hey, I'm feeling a bit awkward in my house, like this weird feeling I'm being watched. Can you just stay on call with me for like an hour or so? Like definitely tell someone at least so they know the situation. So if you end up missing, nothing else is wrong, right? But just going to take a bath or shower after having that feeling and thinking someone broke in is wild, very wild. I grabbed a towel from the closet and headed to the bathroom, flicking on the light. The soft hum of the exhaust fan filled the space as I turned on the water, letting it run until steam began to fog up the mirror. The warmth of the shower was a welcome relief, washing away the tension that had clung to me since my walk home. I closed my eyes, letting the water cascade over my shoulders, and took a deep breath. For the first time that evening, I started to feel like myself again. Once I finished, I wrapped myself in the towel and stepped out, wiping a hand across the fogged-up mirror. I mean, if someone is in our apartment right now, they're very curious, so let's at least finish our shower. My reflection stared back at me, pale and tired, but at least I didn't look as frazzled as I had earlier. Nothing out of place. I gotta check just to be sure. Nothing slightly ajar. No face peeking out from under the bed. No face peeking out from under here. Nothing left on the bed or on the side. Okay, I think I'm good. I made my way to my bedroom, the soft carpet squishing under my bare feet. I rummaged through my dresser for a pair of pajamas. Slipping into the familiar comfort of an oversized shirt and loose pants, I felt a bit more at ease. The tension in my shoulders eased as I moved to sit on the edge of my bed, running a hair through my See, you always keep your feet on top of the bed, because that's how the monsters underneath grab you. Now that's what I'm scared of, just something just grabs your ankle and then I have a heart attack and die. The routine of getting ready for the night felt grounding, like a reminder that everything was fine. I collapsed onto my bed, sinking into the soft embrace of my coziest sheets. Wow, this detergent strongly smells of amber. I yawned. The day's tension seemed to melt away, and as I nestled deeper into the warmth, my eyelids grew heavier with each passing second. Oh, we made it, okay. Nothing happened to us that night. For now. But is it gonna happen again? The morning rush was already in full swing. The quiet of dawn replaced by the steady rhythm of the cafe. Oh, let me check up on chat. What did chat talk about? Hold on, chat. Oh, let me scroll through everything. Oh, editor, good job with the game. Coder, current coder. Yes, we're definitely enjoying it so far. Fruit of the team. Wait till you see the idols. I'll be streaming about my fave. I'm so excited to see them, honestly. Before idols will appear, not spoiling Q. Tuck feet under the blanket. That's why you can't touch you, right? You stay on the bed, tuck your feet under the blanket, even hide your head underneath, and nothing can grab you. That is the rules. Is the amber like super expensive? Why laundry detergent smell like amber? Is it? If it is, that's some rich stuff right there. I use a blanket as armor. Yeah, I use my blanket. I have like 2 blankets on my bed and then a body pillow, and that's my armor for any monsters that try and grab me. Sam stood beside me at the counter, her cheerful voice cutting through the low murmur of conversation as she greeted customers with her usual enthusiasm. Good morning, welcome to C-Mug. What can I get you started for? She chimed, her bright smile infectious. I worked quickly beside her, pulling espresso shots and steaming milk, the comforting sounds of the coffee machines filling the air. The scent of freshly brewed coffee mingled with the warm, buttery aroma of pastries from the display case. The line moved steadily, orders flying between us as we worked in sync. Sam passed me cups to fill while I slid completed orders across the counter with practiced ease. Americano and an almond croissant for takeout? I called out, glancing at Sam as she handed the customer the receipt with a cheerful smile. And thank you, have a great day. Moments like these were chaotic, but oddly satisfying. The constant rhythm of taking orders, making drinks, and exchanging brief smiles and pleasantries felt like the heartbeat of the cafe, and it was a rhythm we knew well. This morning is going to be busy, for sure. After what felt like hours of non-stop orders and clinking cups, the cafe finally settled into a peaceful lull. The bustling morning crowd had dwindled, leaving only a handful of customers scattered across the tables, quietly enjoying their coffee and pastries. The hum of conversation was low and soothing now, blending with the faint background music playing overhead. Sam and I found ourselves back at our usual spot behind the counter, leaning against it as he let out a synchronized sighs of relief. She stretched her arms above her head, letting out a small groan before flashing me a grin. Finally, a breather, she muttered, brushing a few strands of hair out of her face. I nodded my hands wrapped around a warm mug of coffee. I quickly made for myself during the downtime. This was our favorite part of the day. The calm between the rushes, when we could relax and chat without interruption. Sam propped her elbows on the counter, her chin resting in her palms as she looked out at the remaining customers. A couple near the window shared quiet laughter over their pastries, and an older man flipped through a newspaper with a half-empty cappuccino beside him. You know, Sam began, her voice a little softer now. I always wondered what it'd be like to be one of them, just sitting here, relaxing, instead of running around making drinks all day. I chuckled, taking a sip of my coffee. You get bored in 5 minutes. You love the chaos too much. She tilted her head in mock offense, but her grin gave her away. Okay, fair, but you have to admit, they make it look so nice and easy. I shrugged, setting my mug down. Maybe. But where's the fun and easy? You get more stories from behind the counter. Sam laughed at that, nodding in agreement. True, true. Speaking of stories, Sam stepped in closer, her voice dropping conspiratorially. Guess who just messaged me last night? I raised an eyebrow, intrigued, but already bracing myself for one of her dramatic reveals. Who? She smirked, glancing around like she was about to share the biggest secret. A friend of a friend who met Lux backstage yesterday. Oh? My eyes widened, and I leaned in as well. The mundane morning suddenly a lot more interesting. No way. You're lying. Swear on my coffee addiction. Holding up 3 fingers in a mock scout salute. I got details you're gonna want to hear. Ooh, okay. Sam's eyes sparkled with excitement as she dropped her voice even lower, making me lean in further to catch her words. So, apparently, she began, drawing out the suspense. The friend of a friend was working security at an event where Lux performed. Backstage, Kier was, let's just say, not as cold as everyone thinks he is. My heart skipped a beat. Wait, what do you mean? She smirked knowingly, clearly enjoying how invested I was. I mean, he wasn't the untouchable, cool, cold-look Moon Prince. He was joking around with the crew and helped them carry some equipment. Oh? Can you imagine Kier doing something so normal? I blink, trying to picture it. Kier, the elegant, ethereal vision of Lux holding equipment? It was almost too surreal to believe. That's not all. Sam continued, her tone growing even more conspiratorial. I wonder what it'd be like to experience that. It's precisely what Sam just talked about, joking around, seeing his smile, and more importantly, hearing his laughter. Oh, you're totally smitten, she teased, her grin widening. You got that dreamy look on your face right now. Don't even try to deny it. I shook my head, trying to play it off. I'm not smitten, I just think it's nice, that's all. Uh-huh, sure. Dragging out the words in a tone dripping with sarcasm. You're practically writing his fan club manifesto in your head. I laughed, shoving her lightly. Stop it, Sam, you're being ridiculous. She smirked, leaning back. Ridiculous or accurate? Because honestly, It's cute how you light up whenever someone mentions Kier. It's like a switch flips, and suddenly you're all soft and glowy. I felt the heat rising to my cheeks, and quickly turned my attention to the customers, pretending to be busy. You're imagining things. Keep telling yourself that. Her tone smug, still not convinced. But if you ever meet him, I'm going to remind you for this conversation. The thought of actually meeting Kier sent a wave of nervous excitement through it, but I shook it off. Like that would ever happen. Sam shrugged, a mischievous glint in her eye. You never know. The world works in mysterious ways. And despite myself, I couldn't help but hope she was right. Mysterious ways. Speaking of mysterious ways, I wonder how he's doing. He? It's been a while since I've last seen him. The last time we saw each other was in 10th grade. That was it. My playdate as a toddler, and my only best friend in the world. Keithan? Them cats, okay. Sam's voice faded into the background as my thoughts drifted. Keithan. The name brought with it a flood of memories, vivid and bittersweet. We've been inseparable as kids, climbing trees, trading secrets, and planning out the grand futures we thought we have. Like him being a superhero and being Magma Boy. Let's be honest, superheroes don't exist, but it was fun role-playing heroes when we were kids. I could still picture his goofy grin, the way his dark hair always fell into his eyes, no matter how many times he tried to fix it. But life had its way of pulling people apart. He moved away in the middle of the 10th grade. And after that, we just lost touch. A few texts here and there, a half-hearted promise to visit, but nothing that stuck. The only way I got to know about his whereabouts was from his mother, whom I'm still very close to. Oh? And yet, I couldn't help but wonder about him sometimes. I don't think he's the idol, because it says we are in contact with the mom. I feel like the mom would tell us, right? If he's an idol? Like, hopefully. Was he still the same? Had life been kind to him? Did he ever think about those days the way I did? Sam snapped her fingers in front of my face, breaking my reverie. Hello? Earth to Daydreamer. You're totally zoned out. What's on your mind? I blinked, shaking my head. Nothing. Just thinking about someone I used to know. Oh, do tell. I hesitated, a small smile tugging at my lips. It's no big deal. Just this guy I used to be really close with, Keithan. But it is suspicious they both have K's in their name, though. We haven't talked in years, but he was my best friend growing up. Sam's eyes lit up with curiosity. Your best friend, huh? Is he one of those childhood friends turned lover stories waiting to happen? Oh, one of my fave tropes, though. I rolled my eyes, laughing. No, Sam, it's not like that. He's just important to me. Like the kind of person who made everything better just by being there. And you let him slip away? That's tragic. I shrugged, though the ache in my chest said otherwise. Life happens. People grow apart. Sam leaned back, a thoughtful look on her face. You ever thought about reaching out? Maybe the universe isn't done with you two yet. I glanced down at my phone, my thumb hovering over the screen. Reach out, after all this time. I mean, I still have his number, but he's in another country, probably asleep. The idea seemed both ridiculous and tempting, and I wasn't sure which feeling would win. I mean, it's a good idea, but he's in another country. Time zones and all. Plus, he's probably really busy. I don't want to be a bother. I responded to Sam's suggestion with a small shake of my head. She frowned slightly, but nodded, respecting my choice. Aw, I get it. But seriously, you should think about it. I don't know him, but it's obvious he meant a lot to you. Her smile was warm, and I couldn't help but smile back. Sam had a way of being encouraging without pushing too hard. Always a sweetheart. Before I could say anything else, a deep voice interrupted. Ain't no way! Is this... excuse me. Sorry, but I'd like to order something if that's no trouble. Now who is it? Which one of... It's one of them, right? One of the three of them? Both of us jumped slightly, startled by the man standing nearby. He looked amused, clearly unsure if he should have spoken up or waited longer. Is it one of them? I let out a nervous laugh, smoothing my apron as I quickly stepped forward. Oh, welcome to C-Mug. Sorry about that. What can I get for you? Sam stepped back, watching me as the effortlessly shifted into my friendly professional demeanor. Show me the face! Show me the face! No worry. Cause they're question marks? I'll take a latte. And maybe a welcome back hug. Is that Keithan? I froze misstep, my hand hovering over the register. For a moment, I thought it had to be a prank, or a case of mistaken identity. But the playful tone in his voice tugged at something familiar. I let out a small chuckle, trying to play it cool. Sir, I think you've got the wrong person. Then I looked up, and my breath hitched. Show? How did his help? Bro, you just think about and talk about this man, and he's like, hey, yeah, it's me, what's up? We just summoned this man. We visualized him, and he appeared. Standing in front of me, with the same mischievous grin I hadn't seen in years, was him. So, no welcome back hug included? My jaw dropped. Keithan? My voice was so loud, which startled not only him, but everyone in the cafe. I gave out an embarrassed smile and apologized to everyone. His grin widened as he leaned casually on the counter. The one and only, surprised to see me? Yeah, bro, where the hell have you been? I couldn't believe my eyes. After all this time, there he was, sitting right in front of me, like no time had passed at all. You're back? My words came out as a stammered mess. Keithan's golden eyes looked away from mine, a blush forming on his cheeks. Sorry, I got excited, and I wanted to beat my mom at telling you the news first, then surprise you at work. But hey, why do you look like you're not happy to see me? He pulled a fake frown, one he perfected for even as a kid. Now that I thought about it, he looked so different. His outfit was way more casual, relaxed, like he was finally comfortable in his own skin. His midnight blue hair was fluffier than I remembered. And, most striking of all, his height and overall build. What on earth have they been feeding him in the States? And had he started working out? Bro ate all the food, got a good ass gym regimen, cause dear lord, he's so pretty. Oh no, don't look at me. I have to like shield his face so I don't feel embarrassed. You can't see it, but my hand is just up there so he can't look at me. Don't look at me, bro. Don't look at me. Wanna pinch his cheeks, right? He is the cutest thing ever. Don't look at me. I can't stare at his face. Keithan must have noticed me staring because he raised an eyebrow, his grin widening. Keithan leaned against the counter with a familiar smirk. I'm gonna bet you're thinking I look really handsome right now, huh? Eh? I couldn't help but laugh. In your dreams, Keithan. His grin widened, but I softened my tone. Come on, let's take this somewhere else. I need to let my coworker and boss know first, okay? Keithan blinked, his eyes widening as if he just realized we're still standing in the middle of my workplace. He rubbed the back of his neck, letting out a sheepish grin. Right, I forgot we were still here. My bad. I'll wait for you outside, yeah? Of course. I replied with a small smile. I'll even get started with your order. His lights lit up, practically sparkling. You still want the welcome hug? No. He let out a dramatic whine, but the grin never left his face. I was joking. Audio drama? Don't say that to me! Oh no! My big weakness in audio drama? Know what I'm doing right after stream? We're gonna tease him. I shook my head, trying to stifle a laugh of my own. Maybe I should tease him back. Turn the tables on this confident, cheeky guy. Oh, that was a joke. Damn, that no was actually a lie, and I really intended on hugging you. The look on his face was priceless, his cheeks reddening, and he leaned closer. Wait, I actually take that back. I can't help but laugh at his flustered reaction. The sudden shift, blush! I looked up, and then, I see the blush, oh my god. The sudden shift in his confidence, making the moment all the more amusing. You can't take it back now. I tease, leaning in slightly myself. I mean, you were so sure of yourself a second ago. His hands flew up in mock surrender, his cheeks still tinged with pink. Right? I'm getting the cuteness aggression every time a fictional man just sits there and blushes. It is too much for me. I am going to lose my mind. I leaned back, crossing my arms with a satisfied smirk. Truce? Already? I'd let you put up more of a fight. He rubbed the back of his neck, the redness in his cheeks deepening as he avoided my gaze. Hey, even I have my limits, alright? You caught me off guard. I raised an eyebrow, pretending to ponder. Caught you off guard? The confident, unshakable Keithan? I think I deserve a trophy for that one. He finally met my eyes, his lips curling into a sheepish grin. Alright, fine. I'll admit it. You got me. But don't get used to it. I'll be ready next time. I chuckled, shaking my head. And we'll see about that. For a moment, the teasing stopped, and a comfortable silence settled between us. His grin softened, and there was a glimmer of something warmer in his gaze. Even after all these years, you're pretty fun to talk to, you know that? His tone quieter, more genuine. I blinked, caught off guard by the sudden shift. Thanks, you're not so bad yourself. The moment lingered, and I felt my cheeks start to heat up. Before things could get too awkward, I cleared my throat. Anyways, I'll take care of your order. Can you find a spot for us to sit? I need to inform my boss first. Oh, sure. The amazing Keithan will handle that. I snorted and giggled. This doofus. Never change, Keithan. Never change. CG immediately. The late afternoon sun cast a golden glow over the outdoor seating area, painting everything in warm hues. I leaned back in my chair, sipping on my coffee as I studied the familiar face across from me. Keithan had barely changed. Same confident smirk, same easygoing demeanor. But there was something softer in his expression now, like he was genuinely relieved to be sitting here with me. Luckily, Minji agreed to let me take a break. Is this a date? Honestly, I am considering it as a date. This is a date to me. I began setting my cup down. So, come on, spill. How have you been? When the hell did you come back from America? Keithan grinned, leaning forward on his elbows. I've been busy. Came back about a month ago, actually. Didn't tell anyone at first. Wanted to get settled before reaching out. I raised an eyebrow. You, keeping quiet, that's new. He chuckled, scratching the back of his neck. Yeah, well, I didn't want to make a big deal out of it. You know how it is. I tilted my head, giving him a knowing look. Uh-huh. And how was college life? Did you get that degree, or should I be worried? Hey, give me some credit. He shot back, mock offended. I did get it. Business management, just like I said I would. Even graduated with honors. Thank you very much. I blinked in surprise, a genuine smile spreading across my face. Wow, I'm impressed. Didn't think you actually survived all those all-nighters you used to complain about. Barely. He admitted with a laugh. But hey, I missed you so much. I started doing things that reminded me of you. Oh, like what? Like making your favorite snack when I was stressed. Or listening to the playlist we used to share. Bro, if that isn't love. My chest tightened at his words, the weight of nostalgia settling over me. You really miss me that much, huh? He nodded, his expression softening. Of course I did. You're not just an old friend, you're the friend, soon to be girlfriend. No one gets me the way you do. I looked away, feeling a blush creep up my cheeks. Well, you're back now. Guess we got a lot of catching up to do. Keithan smiled, the warmth in his gaze unmistakable. Yeah, we do. And I'm not going anywhere this time, so you better get used to having me around again. I rested my chin in my hand, watching Keithan recount stories of his time abroad. His words came with the usual charm, but there was something different about him. A softer edge to his tone, a lingering gaze that I didn't quite register as anything other than familiarity. You know, I said, smirking as I leaned back in my chair. I still can't believe you actually graduated with honors. What happened to the Keithan who used to convince me to procrastinate on assignments? Keithan chuckled, the sound low and genuine, and it made me feel oddly warm. He grew up, I guess. But for the record, I still believe in strategic procrastination. Understandable, I procrastinate too many things. I just had a little voice in my head reminding me to stay on track. I raised an eyebrow. A little voice. Please don't tell me you're giving me credit for your success. I take it. His smile softened, and his eyes seemed to linger on mine a moment too long. Who else would I give credit to? Don't do that to me, bro. Don't be all lovey-dovey after you just came back. You've always been the one keeping me grounded, even from a distance. I'd think about what you say whenever I wanted to give up. I blinked, caught off guard by the sudden tenderness in his voice. I laughed awkwardly, brushing it off. Wow, Keithan, I didn't know I was your motivational coach. I should have charged you for it. He laughed, but it wasn't the usual carefree sound. It was quieter, almost wistful. Yeah, you're more than that, you know? You're like home to me. No matter how crazy things got, I always felt like I could be myself with you. His words hung in the air, and I found myself fiddling with the rim of my coffee cup, unsure of how to respond. It's really sweet, Keithan. I didn't know you felt that way. He shrugged, looking away briefly before turning his attention back to me. Yeah, well, I guess being away for so long makes you realize what you've been missing. I chuckled, trying to lighten the mood. I hope you miss more than just my lectures on time management. His grin returned, though it didn't quite reach his eyes this time. Oh, I miss plenty more than that. Your laugh, your random rants about books and movies, the way you always ordered the same drink, but acted like it was a big decision. All right. I interrupted, feeling my cheeks flush under his steady gaze. You're starting to make me sound predictable. He shook his head, his voice dropping to a softer, almost reverent tone. Not predictable, just you, and that's more than enough. I laughed nervously, the weight of his words flying right over my head. All right, Mr. Sentimental, let's not get too sappy now. People might think you're turning into a softie. Keithan's lips quirked into a small smile, but his eyes held something deeper, something I couldn't quite place. We underlined that. Maybe I already have. I tilted my head, giving him a curious look. What was that? Nothing. Okay. His grin widened as he leaned back in his chair. Just saying it's nice to be back. I smiled, the warmth of his presence settling over me like a favorite blanket. It's nice to have you back, Keithan. Really. For a moment, we just sat there, the world around us fading into the background. I couldn't help but laugh, the tension melting away as we fell into an easy conversation. It felt like no time had passed at all, and yet, there was a comforting sense of new beginnings in the air. Can we kiss him? I'm not sure if that's an option, but hold on, I can do this. Hold on, let me fix it. Where is it? I can do this. Mwah, 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 mwah. There we go. Now I kissed him. There you go. I kissed him for chat. Chat, I hope you're welcome. I gave him all the kisses he deserved, and I will give him more after stream. To me, it was the easy comfort of an old friendship rekindled. Oh, I did the kiss just in time. We spent most of the afternoon catching up, sharing stories, and laughing about the old days. The outdoor seating area was bathed in the golden glow of the setting sun when we started. But now, it had transitioned into the cool stillness of night, with streetlights casting soft halos over the table. The gentle hum of passing cars and the occasional chatter of late-night pedestrians filled the background. Keithan glanced at his phone, his eyes widening slightly. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to take up much of your time, especially while you were working. He looked away, rubbing the back of his neck with a hint of embarrassment. Hey! I waved off his concern with a grin. It's no biggie. Minji was totally cool with it. She's the one who said I could take some time to talk to you, so don't feel bad, okay? At my reassurance, Keithan perked back up, his sheepish smile returning. Well, in that case, send my thanks to your boss. She's got my eternal gratitude. I'll even leave a big tip to make it official. Thank you for the tip, buddy. Really appreciate it. I laughed. Yeah, I'll let her know you're a man of your word. I'm sure she'll appreciate it. He leaned back in his chair briefly, stretching before he stood. The night air carried a faint chill, rustling through the nearby trees. Anyways, I really need to head out. Mother Goose is waiting for me at home, and you know how she is, a total worrywart. I nodded knowingly. Still the same, huh? I can already hear her nagging in my head. Keithan, where are you? Do you even know what time it is? He laughed, shaking his head. You're not far off. She's probably pacing by now. But honestly, I missed it. It's nice to be back with family, even if it comes with all the fretting and motherly guilt trips. Yeah, I get it. I said, smiling softly. It's good to have people who care, even if they drive you a little crazy sometimes. Keithan gave me a look, his tone softening. And it's good to have old friends who still put up with me, even after all this time. I rolled my eyes, trying to brush off the sentiment before it got too sappy. Yeah. Don't go getting all emotional on me now. He smirked, leaning down slightly to meet my gaze. Too late. I'll save the waterworks for next time, though. Deal? Deal. I said, laughing, as I stood with him and walked toward the edge of the seating area. Before stepping onto the sidewalk, he turned back with a playful grin. Don't forget, you owe me a proper catch-up next time. And maybe a hug if you're feeling generous. I shook my head, smiling. We'll see about that. Now go, before your mom sends out a search party. I was like, what is that noise? It's my cat. Hold on. What's up, Price? Did you want to leave? Okay, hold on. Let me let my cat out my room really quick. Give me like 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. The cat did not want to leave. I opened the door and he just stood there and then he went to lay back down on the floor. So he's still here. So it should be fine. He doesn't really meow a lot compared to the other 2 cats I have. Oh, let me check on chat. What did I miss in chat? Hold on. Probably missed a lot. Oh, yes, I gave him all the big smoochies. Don't worry, be able to do a lot of different stuff in the future with him. Wonderful, I cannot wait. While with the power fanfics, you can do anything to him. The way I might have to power fanfics in my art. Yes, he is extremely cute. We definitely gotta hug him like crazy. YouTube just now, oh sorry. I'm sorry, YouTube just now notified you about all of this. Pick up the notebook and pen, right? Be the you who wants to do the change. Like, I have so many fanfics. Let me see. Make sure everyone tag stream. Yes, okay, we're gonna go ahead and continue. The warmth of his presence lingered even after he was gone, blending with the cool night air and leaving me with a strange mix of nostalgia and something I couldn't quite place. As Keithan walked away from the outdoor seating area, I stayed behind for a moment, watching him weave through the dim-lit street toward the car. Are you gonna finish stream, do a live stream, or continue the game on another live stream? It depends on how the update is, because I did see, like, any of the not safe for work content. Either way, I can't even stream it. So we're just gonna do the prologue for now, and we'll see what the updates are like. The soft glow of the streetlights reflected off the sleek surface of the vehicle as I unlocked it and slid it into the driver's seat. The engine roared to life, a low, familiar sound that carried through the quiet evening. He didn't leave immediately, though he paused. He didn't, oh, I read it again, glancing in my direction through the windshield. For a brief second, our eyes met, and he gave a small wave, his smile illuminating by the faint glow of the dashboard. Not ready for that. Yeah, for not safe for work stuff, definitely cannot even stream that on YouTube. YouTube will bonk the crap out of my channel. So it's just a play by ear to see what the update is. And the updates might come in months. Gotcha. Definitely will be waiting. Has that because of college life? Understandable. College is very, very hectic. I returned the wave, standing there until the car began to roll forward, disappearing down the street with its taillights fading into the distance. A strange warmth lingered in my chest as I finally turned around, heading back towards the cafe entrance. The night air was cool against my skin as I stepped inside, the transitions from the calm of the outside world to the familiar coziness of the cafe grounding me. Closing the door behind me, I let out a soft sigh, still caught between the nostalgia of the day and the quiet anticipation of what tomorrow might bring. As I stepped back into the cafe, the familiar aroma of coffee and faint chatter greeted me. I hadn't taken 2 steps when Sam appeared out of nowhere, leaning casually against the counter with a sly grin on her face. So, you want all the gossip, do you? She began, her tone light and teasing. How was the grand reunion? Did sparks fly? Old flames rekindled? Don't leave me hanging. I rolled my eyes, setting down the tray of empty cups I had brought back from the outdoor table. It wasn't like that, Sam. We just caught up, that's all. Uh-huh. She crossed her arms, clearly unconvinced. Just catching up, huh? You were out there for hours. That kind of catching up sounds more like a romantic drama leads in the more like romantic leads in a drama. We need the tea. She wants all of the tea about our conversation. I gave her a flat look, but the corners of my lips betrayed a small smile. Don't start, Sam. Girl, you want all of it, don't you? But she wasn't done. Leaning in closer, her grin widened. You know, now that I think about it, this is getting interesting. You got Kier, your bias, the soulful, dreamy idol, and now Keithan, the childhood bestie with charm for days. Which one's it gonna be? My cheeks immediately burned, and I groaned, burying my face in my hands. Oh my god, Sam, stop. Hey, I'm just saying. She laughed, clearly enjoying how flustered I was. I mean, imagine the drama. The idol versus the best friend? That could be a whole movie, damn, interesting, yeah. Yeah, one where I walk out and refuse to play the lead. Oh, girl, it's a bit too late for that one. I muttered, shaking my head. Sam finally relented, though she was still grinning ear to ear. Fine. But are you gonna tell me more about your little catch-up later, right? I sighed, knowing she wasn't gonna let it go. We'll see, Sam. Now, can we please get back to work before Minji catches us slacking off? Fine, boss. With a mock salute, but her mischievous smirk lingered as she grabbed a claw and started wiping down the counter. As I walked away, I couldn't help but smile to myself. Sam was relentless, but her teasing only reminded me how much she cared. Even if the whole Kier or Keithan thing was absurd. A tiny part of me couldn't help but wonder. Yeah, I wonder. I'm not sure. Keithan is just a best friend. We've been buddies since we were kids. And Kier is an idol. There's no way I'll be able to meet him. I let out a quiet sigh, shaking off the lingering thoughts, and I slipped back into the rhythm of the night shift. Ooh, okay. Closing time. I swept the floor of the now empty, lit-up cafe. It's almost closing time, and I gotta clean the place for tomorrow. Is someone gonna come in last minute? With Sam leaving early due to a stomach ache. Oh, we're conveniently left in the cafe by ourselves, huh? That's an interesting predicament. The evening had been mostly quiet, save for a few late-night regulars who already cleared out. Now, as closing time bloomed, I focused on cleaning the counter, my thoughts inevitably wandering. Keithan's voice played back in my head, full of laughter and warmth, as if he hadn't missed a beat since we'd last seen each other. It was comforting, but then my mind shifted to the memory of Kier's voice. Smooth, captivating, and strangely familiar in ways I still couldn't explain. A small sigh escaped my lips as I scrubbed at an already spotless spot on the counter. Just hear the bell. The soft chime of the doorbell snapped me out of my musings, and I glanced up, expecting a straggler. Please, let my predictions be true. Instead, my heart skipped a beat. Show it! Oh my god. Oh, I love Yonade so much! A towering man stepped into the cafe, dressed head to toe in black. He wore a sleeveless turtleneck with a small cut that exposed just a hint of his chest. Yes, thank you, we have male titties! With a black pair leather pants and combat boots. I love you too much, I can't even read properly. Over it all, was a sleek black jacket with bits of midnight blue that practically screamed designer. But what really caught my attention was his hair. It was impossibly long and very light blonde with black tips and roots. There's no fucking way! Then he saw me. His handsome face broke into a smile, and his midnight blue eyes seemed to shimmer under the soft cafe lighting. Like tiny stars were twinkling in them. Don't ask what his eye color is. I'm glad the game told me what color his eyes is, because there's no way I would have looked at that. I'm just zoned in. Just stare. Excuse me. Don't smile at me, bro! I'm gonna melt in my chair! He began, his voice soft and smooth. I know you're about to close, but can I place the order? Bro, you can take whatever you want. You don't even have to pay. I'll pay for you. Want to take it out of my paycheck? Just for 3 people? I blinked, momentarily stunned by how familiar his voice sounded. Girl! It clicked all too quickly, and my stomach flipped. No way. No way. This couldn't be happening. Of course! I managed to say, trying to keep my voice steady. If I was MC, I would have passed out right there, out. Bro can take whatever he wants. What can I get for you? He stepped closer to the counter, glancing briefly at his phone before responding. 2 caramel lattes and 1 iced Americano to go. I nodded and started punching in the order, but my hands felt shaky. Was it really him? He didn't have any sort of cover on, just out here in the open? My hands fumbled on the screen, tapping the wrong buttons over and over again. Oh no! The nervousness would that be me just randomly typing and hoping it works? My heartbeat quickened, and the shaking in my fingers grew worse. Take me out, put me out of my misery. I couldn't contain my excitement anymore. It was completely overwhelming me. Like, my body was just shutting down from the sheer intensity of it all. Without noticing, I felt a soft touch on my hand. He touched me? I looked up to see Kier, leaning closer. Wait, back up, you're gonna make me pass out! His face just inches from mine. His expression was gentle, but tinged with worry. Hey, it's alright. Take your time, bro. Can I just lay my head on your chest just to recollect myself? Soft, his voice low and soothing. If you're having a bad day, I don't mind waiting for my order. It's not a bad day now I can see your titties. I could feel myself melting under his concerned gaze, heat rushing to my face. It's fine. It's just, I am... Before I could embarrass myself further, Kier let out a deep, velvety... See, everything he does is making it worse. Don't chuckle, bro. A fan? Doesn't work at me? No, of course I'm a fan. How can you tell, bro? Me just wants to pass out here? He teased, his lips curling into a amused smile. I slumped down in defeat, my shoulders sinking as I gave him a sheepish, apologetic smile. Yeah, a huge fan, actually. Sorry if I made things awkward. For a second, not the blush! His eyes widened in surprise. And I caught the faintest blush creeping onto his cheeks. He glanced away, clearing his throat, but I could still see the flicker of a smile on his lips. It's no issue. And he's stuttering, he muttered. Then, as if he couldn't help himself, I heard him mumble under his breath. It actually worked! I'm gonna choke on my own spit, holy crap. Oh my god. I have some suspicions here. There's no way bro said, let me be an idol to get her attention, and it freaking worked. That is dedication. It would work on me, honestly. If I knew someone from childhood and then we separated and became an idol just to get my attention, hook, line, and sinker, it would work on me. I am just that easy of a person. Oh my god. Wait, what? I blinked, tilting my head. I'm sorry, did you say something? Kira quickly straightened up, flashing me a grin that was half playful, half mischievous. Oh, nothing important, he said with a wink. I just meant I don't mind having you as a fan. Oh, it froze in your end? I'm sorry it did, but I'm glad it's working again. But we met the idol. There he is, hot as hell. I felt my cheeks heat up again. But before I could respond, he leaned a little closer. You're not helping. You're not helping. I have to lean back myself. Resting his elbow on the counter and propping his chin in his hand. His midnight blue eyes sparkled with mischief. But, you know, he continued, his tone turning playful. If you're such a huge fan, doesn't that mean I deserve some special treatment? What did you want? Did you want money? I can take it out of the register. It's fine if I get fired. A free drink? Did you want one of the cafe plants? It's yours. Have it. Take them all. Maybe a smile? Or even my order on the house. I blink, taken aback by his sudden boldness. But wait, what? He chuckled again, leaning back slightly, still watching me with that teasing grin. Relax, I'm kidding. Moistly, unless you want to spoil me. Wipe that expression off your face, bro. Don't do that to me. I groan, trying to cover my burning face with my hands. This is actually a dream come true. Kira laughed, the sound rich and warm, and I couldn't help but peek through my fingers. His expression softened, the playfulness still there, but gentler now. Hey. His voice dropping, just a little. Thanks for not causing a scene. Oh, you're lucky I didn't even pass out here, man. Kira said, leaning casually against the counter as I wiped it down. The cafe was quiet now, with just the faint hum of the machines and the soft rustling of the closing routine. His voice was low, calm, but laced with warmth. I appreciate being treated like everyone else. I fumbled with the rag in my hand, feeling my heart race at his easy smile. Of course, I stammered, keeping my eyes down on the counter. I mean, you're just a customer, right? He chuckled softly, and the sound sent a flutter through my chest. Just a customer, huh? You want to be more? He repeated, tilting his head slightly. I don't know. Doesn't that feel a little unfair to say about your favorite celebrity? Oh, you're teasing me now, are you? You're enjoying this. My cheeks burned, and I looked away quickly. You're really not going to let that go, are you? Nope. With a grin, his midnight blue eyes sparkling in the soft glow of the cafe lights. Not every day I meet someone who admits they're a huge fan. Kind of boosts my ego, you know? I try to suppress a laugh, but failed. The nervous tension in my chest loosened a little. Your ego. I feel like that's the last thing you need help with. There is thunder in your ear. Oh, a storm? Yeah, that's understandable. The VOD will definitely be up if it ever goes out for you again. Oh, let me see, what else did I miss in chat? Oh, hold on. Oh, you got that creepy expression when he said, so it actually worked? Creepy, that was a hot expression to me. There's no creepiness in that at all. I shake him. Yes, we shake this man up, grab him, and just shake him. We need to tease him back as pay. Bro, yes, please, let me tease him back, and I want to see him blush like crazy. Kira leaned a little closer over the counter, his grin widening. Ouch, that hurts. Really? Kira leaned a little closer over the— oh, did I read it again? Jesus! See, he's making me so flustered. I'm reading lines over. But if you're so worried about my ego, maybe you could balance it out. Do you want my number? Say something. You want a compliment? Oh, okay. I ducked my head, clutching the rag tighter. I don't think that's a good idea. Even complimenting him wouldn't be great. I mumbled. Why not? He teased, his tone light but persistent. Come on, I won't hold it against you. Promise. I bit my lip, feeling the heat rise in my cheeks before managing. Fine. Your order was pretty We're complimenting his order. I'll give you credit for not being one of those customers. He let out a mock gasp, placing a hand dramatically over his chest. Normal. That's it. No, Kier, you're so talented, or wow, you're even more handsome in person. I will think these thoughts, and that will be it. I groaned, though my lips twitched into a small smile. Stop fishing for compliments, I muttered, my voice soft but warm. Who says I'm fishing? He countered smoothly, leaning just a bit closer. His smirk tugged at the corners of his mouth. Maybe I just like hearing it from you. I froze, my breath hitching as I looked up at him. His gaze was steady, teasing but gentle, and left me completely unprepared. I stammered, feeling my words slip away. He laughed softly, his voice rich and warm, before pulling back. Relax, his tone softening. I'm just messing with you, and that's gonna be the death of me, sir. It's been a long day, and honestly, this is the most fun I've had in hours. I busied myself by wiping the same spot on the counter, avoiding his gaze, but feeling the tension in my shoulders ease. Well, glad to know I'm entertaining, I guess. I mumbled shyly. Kier chuckled again, standing upright. Hey, the place is closing, right? Need help putting the chairs up or something? I'm surprisingly good at manual labor. What? No, sit your pretty feet down, bro. I blinked up at him in surprise. Wait, what? You're serious? Why not? With a casual shrug, his smile was so effortlessly charming, it made my heart skip. You've been working hard. Lottie's most likely interested. She definitely is. Besides, I figure if I'll help, maybe you'll like me enough to give me a free— Okay, buddy. No free drink from you yet. I shook my head, finally letting out a small laugh. You're unbelievable. He winked, grabbing a nearby chair and flipping it onto a table with an exaggerated flair. I've been called worse. As we worked, he kept cracking jokes, like when he held up a chair and said, "Do you think this is my good side, bro? We're actually just sitting here closing up shop, just enjoying time with him. That's actually so wild." Or when he tried to sweep, but he mostly just pushed dust around. You're terrible at this, I said, trying not to laugh as I took the broom from him. He grinned, leaning on the counter. Hey, I'm trying. Besides, I'm more of a motivational presence than an actual worker. You mean a distraction? I corrected, smiling despite myself. Same thing. He said it with a shrug, his grin growing. But at least you got to smile. Oh my god. I am gonna die. I am melting in my chair. Before doing anything else, Bro! No, wait! Put that back on! You're gonna make me actually pass out! I can't look at him. I can't. I have to— no. Hand in front of his body. I can only see the words of the game. Kier grabbed a chair and flipped it onto the table with effortless ease. I watched him nervously, clutching the rag in my hands as I wiped down the counter for the third time. You don't really have to help, you know? I mumbled, glancing at him. He smirked, brushing imaginary dust off his shoulder. What kind of person would I be if I just stood there while you did all the work? Besides, I'm curious. How do cafes close up? Is there some secret ritual? Don't look at me, bro. I blink, caught off guard. Not really. We just clean and lock up. I said quietly, my voice trailing off. Kier leaned onto the table he just cleared, soaking his head to look at me. Is Angel theme like Fallen Angel? The group concept Angel thought be fitting. Oh, that's cool! Fallen Angel type theme? I like that though. I like when they do different themes for different merches instead of just like the regular outfits. Like chanting over the espresso machine, or making sacrifices to the coffee gods. A nervous giggle escaped before I could stop it. No sacrifices, just a lot of cleaning. Ah, cleaning. He grabbed another chair. The glamorous side of cafe life. Maybe I'll add it to my resume. Professional chair flipper. What do you think? I bit my lip, trying to stifle a laugh. I think you're not taking this seriously. Me? Not serious. He feigned offense, holding the chair like it was a trophy. I have you know, I'm very dedicated to my craft. Look at this technique. I couldn't help but laugh softly, my nerves beginning to fade. You're ridiculous. I muttered, shaking my head. Ridiculously helpful, you mean? Can I put the merch link in the chat so you can look up later, Lottie? Oh, it's fine. I can definitely find it on my own. I actually definitely have the link opened up on my window screen. I'll definitely look it up more once I finish stream today. He quipped, placing the chair on the table with a flourish. He let out a cheeky grin before putting his jacket back on. I started to sweep the floor, my hands steadying as my confidence grew. Kier grabbed a broom from the corner and attempted to join in. Do you even know how to sweep properly? His sweeping was, he doesn't, less than effective. You're doing that all wrong, I said, the words slipping out before I could think. He looked up at me with wide eyes, his expression mock hurt. Wow, way to crush a guy's spirit. No, I didn't mean it like that. I stammered, waving my hands in panic. He glanced down at the floor, then back at me with a lopsided grin. Guess I'm not cut out for all of this after all. Maybe I'll stick to being devastatingly handsome instead, bro. I ducked my head, my face warming. You're impossible. And yet, he leaned on the broom like it was a prop. Here I am, making you smile. Which, by the way, looks very cute on you. I froze, my heart skipping a beat. Before ducking my head again to hide my growing smile. You're just saying that. Am I? His voice was softer now, but still playful. Bro, no, he has pretty privileges, right? He definitely has pretty privileges and he's getting away with everything. Or maybe, I just like seeing you happy. I peeked up at him, my nerves easing as his smile turned warm and genuine. Well, thanks, I guess. I said, my tone softer now too. No problem. Did you still want those coffees though? Like, you ordered those, right? Or is the rest of your bandmates wanting those too? He replied, sweeping badly before laughing. So, do I pass the audition? Can I join the team? I giggled, shaking my head. Not a chance. You're more work than help. Ouch. He clutched his chest dramatically. That's cold. But hey, if putting up with me means I get to see that smile again, I'd say it's worth it, bro. Stop flirting with me. I rolled my eyes, but couldn't help stop the laugh bubbling up. Fine, you're not completely useless. Happy? Very. Grinning as he propped the broom against the wall. See? I knew I'd win you over. As he finished closing up, Kira kept tracking jokes, and I found myself laughing more easily with every quip. By the time the cafe was ready to lock up, my nerves were long gone, replaced by a warmth I couldn't quite place. Thanks for the help, I said shyly as we stood by the door. Anytime, he replied, his tone playful but sincere. Hope we can meet again. Oh, you bet we're gonna meet again, because you're gonna make it happen, aren't you? And next time, maybe I'll earn that employee discount. I laughed, shaking my head. Don't push your luck. He winked. Worth a shot. He grabbed the takeout cup and took a sip, his eyes lighting up as he let out a satisfied hum. Looks like I'll be coming back here often. His voice warm and teasing. Then, with a cheeky grin, he added, coffee's delish, especially when it's made by a cute barista. My cheeks immediately flared up, and I nearly dropped the rag in my hand. Hey! I stammered, my voice squeaking slightly. Kier let out a loud laugh, the sound rich and unrestrained. It was so different from the polished public image that I found myself staring for a moment. He caught my gaze and tilted his head slightly, the grin softening into something more genuine. Thanks again. His tone now quieter, sincere. It really made my day after a pretty stressful one. Before I could respond, he opened the front door and stepped out into the cool evening air. With one last wave, he was gone, leaving me standing there, frozen in place, my heart racing. And he just leaves like that? Come back here! The way I'd just be running after this man? As soon as the door shut, I let out a strangled squeal, dropping to the floor and covered my mouth with my hands. Yeah, that would be me. My legs gave out as the realization hit me. I just met Kier. Sam wasn't lying when she said he was nothing like his so-called cold look moon prince persona. He wasn't distant or intimidating. He was casual, playful, and flirty. I groaned, my cheeks burning all over again at the memory of his teasing again. Brace yourself! What's coming up? How was I supposed to process this? My brain felt like it was short-circuiting. I buried my face in my hands, muffling another scream. Finally, I forced myself to stand. My legs still wobbly as I moved to finish the last few touches before officially closing the shop. The cafe was eerily quiet now, but my thoughts were anything but calm. The way my heart is actually racing about what's gonna happen next. So many things happened today. I whispered to myself, leaning on the counter for support. My heart still hadn't slowed down. I'm gonna burst. As I wiped the last table and turned off the lights, I couldn't help but smile despite my frazzled nerves. Kier's laugh echoed faintly in my mind, and his parting words played over and over again. Looks like he'll be coming back here often. The thought sent another rush of warmth to my cheeks. If this was how the day ended, I wasn't sure I was ready for what tomorrow might bring. The awful feeling is gone now. I don't feel like no one was following me home. Hey, we get his pove? Oh, it's the whole squad! Kira climbs into the black van, carefully balancing the takeout cups in one hand. Mina was slumped against the seat, fast asleep, but Oriel followed behind, holding a small bag of takeout. His waist, that's insane! Sorry for making you wait, Oriel said, sliding the van door closed. His tone was apologetic, though tinged with his usual calm demeanor. I had to get takeout, and then he paused, glancing at the redhead asleep. And he's out cold. Kier chuckled softly, placing the takeout on the folded table attached behind the car seat. It's fine, Hyun. No rush. He leaned back against the seat with a small smile. Oh, you enjoyed yourself, didn't you, buddy? Anyway, I got you guys coffee. At the mention of coffee, Min stirred, his head lifting groggily. His deep voice broke the quiet. Is one of them an iced Americano? Kier raised a cup with a faint grin. Ice kinda melted, but it's still cold. Min extended a hand lazily, still too tired to fully sit up. Oreo reached for the cup instead, carefully passing it to the rain dancer. The moment Min took a sip, his entire body seemed to relax, a satisfied sigh escaping his lips. Finally, he muttered, his voice still gravelly from sleeping. Oreo chuckled at the sight, shaking his head as he slid into his seat. That dance practice really wiped you out, huh? Min rested his head against the window, taking another sip of his drink. That and that crazy woman. His tone sharp, with lingering irritation. She's delusional, thinking I'm her destiny or something. The van grew quiet for a moment, as the weight of the earlier incident settled in. Oreo's calm demeanor faltered slightly, his brows furrowing. He glanced at Kier, who was busy unpacking the takeout. Right. Oreo said softly, his voice more serious now. The whole mess turned the company upside down. Didn't they just overhaul the entire staff because of it? Kier nodded, his expression neutral, though his movements were slower, more deliberate. Yeah, security's been on high alert ever since. Min exhaled, his frustration still palpable. It's exhausting, he admitted. Sometimes I think about how much easier things were before all of this. He gestured vaguely, his hand still gripping the coffee cup. Oreo leaned forward, resting his elbows on his knees. Easier, maybe, but none of this is your fault, Min. You're not the one causing these problems. Kier glanced up from his seat, his usual playful smirk replaced with something softer. Yeah, Hyung's right. Don't let one person ruin what we worked so hard for. He paused, then added with a grin, trying to lighten the mood. Besides, you wouldn't survive a day outside this life. You'd be crawling back for an iced Americano by noon. Min scoffed, though the corner of his lips twitched upward. Says the guy who can't go 10 minutes without stealing a sip of my drink. Oreo laughed, the tension in the air easing as he sat back against the seat. You two really can't go 5 minutes without bickering, can you? Kier shrugged, his grin widening. It's part of the charm. I love their dynamics so far, it's so cute. As the van began to move, the three of them settled into a more comfortable silence. The earlier stress seemed to fade, replaced by the familiar camaraderie that always pulled them through the hardest days. The driver, who had been quietly listening until now, finally chimed in, his voice light and teasing. Speaking of surviving this life, your manager told me to pass on some news. All three of them turned to look at him, curiosity piked. The driver glanced at them through the rearview mirror, a small grin on his face. Apparently, a famous chef reached out. She's inviting you to her restaurant tomorrow to celebrate your latest release. Said it's on the house too. Kier's eyes widened, his grin lighting up his face. Wait, seriously? Which chef? The driver shrugged, trying to play it cool. Someone named Nim Unjo, but your manager seemed pretty excited about it. Told me to make sure you guys don't have plans. Oreo leaned back, crossing his arms with a small smile. Well, that's definitely something to look forward to. Min raised his cup and mock toast, his grogginess giving way to a faint smirk. Free food? Guess I'll forgive the universe for today's chaos. Kier laughed, nudging Min slightly. You're only in it for the food. Let's hope the food isn't drugged. I don't think it's gonna be drugs, but I feel like that is a perfect situation for us to see him again. And you're not? Min shot back, earning another laugh from Kier. Oreo shook his head at their banter, his expression softening. I forgot to check out, have you seen Sunhee's update on the collab? Oreo snapped his fingers, as if this collab hadn't been something that had plagued his mind the moment it was presented. Definitely. It's gonna be amazing, I tell you. She's the leader of Opals? I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that, for a reason. Min spoke up, nodding in admiration and awe. I've heard she's mostly done her work on her own. Can you handle seeing your son? Kier eyed Oreo, a playful smirk on his lips. Ha ha ha, very funny. She's the best there is. Oreo shook his head, a smile tugging his lips. Zero pose! Oh, dear lord, I zero pose. I said that completely wrong. This collab is going to be the collab of the century. The Sunhee isn't going to deter him. Min declared, rolling his eyes. All right, don't hound me. Kier held up a hand in mock surrender, a smirk still etched onto his lips. All right, boys, let's go home first. Tomorrow's gonna be interesting. The van eased into the quiet hum of the road as the three of them fell into a comfortable chatter. The earlier tension replaced with anticipation of what the next day might bring. Oh, right. Ah, that's who I thought it was! Ha! Oh, the universe works in strange ways! I heard her son is back in the country. Damn, I wonder who that son could be. Min and Kier both perked up, exchanging curious glances. She has a son? His tone was casual, but there was a spark of interest in his eyes. Oreo nodded, a small smile tugging at his lips. Yeah, he mostly stays out of the public eye. But you know how the media loves to dig up anything they can. Oh? Min tilted his head thoughtfully. What's his name again? I remember she married a foreigner. Now I'm curious. Oriole's grin widened slightly, as if savoring the build-up. I think it was Keithan? Of course it's Keithan. Oh, he knows that day so well. I'm dying. Oh my god. The switch up in expression was so goated. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Where I was like, are you fucking kidding me? The switch up. The switch up is so wild. All the joy, all the whimsy wiped totally clean from him as soon as he heard Keithan's name. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Kier's expression froze, his usual calm demeanor slipping for a split second. His jaw tightened, but the other two didn't seem to notice as they kept talking. So, he's been abroad all this time, not anymore! Yeah, in the States, studying, I think. Word is he came back about a month ago, and he started making appearances here and there. Good for him! Casual conversation, as Kier is feeling his life just exploding around him. With a degree, and that kind of family backing, he'll probably land himself a solid career. Being an heir doesn't hurt either. Kier's face clenched under the table. I can't stop the smile on my face at his expression. Oh my god. His mind racing. Keithan. Oh, you thought you were rid of him, didn't you? He's back. The name echoed in his head, stirring emotions he thought he buried long ago. Anger. Frustration. How could he not see this coming? After years of searching, years of waiting, he took a slow breath, his thoughts darkening. I won't let Keithan take them from me again? Huh? Me when I forget I put rice on the stove? The memory of being separated still stung. Oh, and he wasn't about to let history repeat itself. Whatever it took, whatever it cost, he wouldn't let anyone stand in his way. A sudden jolt rocketed the van, causing Kier to almost spill his coffee. Their abrupt motion started Min and Oriel. Whoa, careful. He leaned forward, steadying Kier's cup before it tipped over. Man, you good? You almost lost that. Kier forced a smile, his voice calm but clipped. I'm fine. So it looks like Kier is a childhood friend, but we stuck with Keithan the whole time instead of Kier for some reason. Oriel and Min exchanged a glance, but didn't press further, returning to their conversation. Kier leaned back, gripping his cup tightly. It doesn't matter what it takes. His gaze hardened as a thought settled deep in his chest, a cold, unrelenting truth. I'll protect what's mine. No. Oh, Jesus! Staring at me. Hey, buddy! I'll claim what's mine. You do that, huh? I'm not gonna run away. Not the ending. Wait, give me more. Go back, go back, go back. Oh my god, we did it, y'all. We got through the whole thing. Oh my god. Oh, I enjoyed that so much. Not the first person to think that. Yeah, they're two different people. It's just we stuck with Keithan longer than Kier for some reason. Kier said that we were separated somehow, and I don't know the reason why. But it definitely caused some trauma in this guy. But holy crap, we did it, chat. We got through the whole thing. Oh, that ending part with Kier, just the yandere-ness in his eyes. Chef kiss. Mwah, I want that. Need that all over. That was so good. Oh my gosh. Bark, bark. Yes, we're all barking, chat. We're all barking here. Oh, I really enjoyed that one. Kier, don't hate me, but I kind of like Min's design a little bit more than yours. Don't hate me and don't hurt Min, please. Oh my gosh, but that was so much fun. I really enjoyed that one. Oh, looking forward to an update whenever it comes here. Yes, we all barking. Bark, bark, bark. Woof, woof, woof. Ruff, everything. Oh, I really enjoyed that. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna search out that Kier audio drama right after stream. I'm definitely gonna look up some merch too. But alright everyone, that was Backstage Infatuation. I hope you guys all enjoyed it as much as I did. And thank you to the team of the game here in chat enjoying it with me. That was a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed that one. Oh my gosh. No problem, I enjoyed it. It's on your TikTok? Gotcha, I need to download TikTok then. But yeah, as always, I have left links in my description to the Twitter and the itch.io page if you guys want to check that out. I had a lot of fun with this one. I cannot wait. Kier, definitely best boy. We had a fun time. I'm glad you did. Next stream was tomorrow's Wednesday. Thursday, we're going to start playing Ikemen Villains. It is a Tome Gacha. We are starting on Liam's route, so look forward to that one. Very excited. All the guys are kind of unhinged. I cannot wait. There's one love interest who just insults the crap out of you. And he is like the most popular one out of the whole series, so I'm looking forward to doing that one. But yeah, we are playing Ikemen Villains on Thursday, so look forward to that. So that's it for today's stream. Hope you guys all enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys all later. Bye bye!